Hi guys, welcome to another tutorial here on IT.tutorials. I am Josef Botner. I invite you to another tutorial here on IT.tutorials. I'm continuing actually the series of tutorials regarding to a project named Grocery Vegetables List. This project will be done using ASP.NET Core MVC 3.1. I already started this project. I have done one tutorial. In that tutorial actually I started to create this project. This tutorial has the goal to create a class, to create one of the classes which I'm going to use in models. Actually the models will have all the classes which will contain all the data used by our project, used by any ASP.NET projects. Yes, so let's go here in Solution Explorer and right click with your mouse on this models folder, select add, and after select class. Okay, I'm going to name this class vegetables. Yeah, enter, and here you go. I'm going to leave it public, and I need here a few properties. So what you have to know also is that this class is used in our project, providing the data needed in this project, but on the other hand, the classes and models will provide the data needed in our database. So we are going to use a database in our project using entity framework, and all the properties used in these classes in models will be linked to the database. So all the properties, for example, used in this class will be part of a table, will be the columns of the table. The table will carry the name of the class. If we are going to create the database and the table before we use the DB set, if we use first the DB set, the table will take the name of DB set. But the good practice is to use first the DB set and after to create a table using entity framework. But and the link between the data provided by the classes used in models and the database is done by DB context. Alright, but now let's come back to our classes, to our class vegetables. So I create this class inside the models. This is the first class in our project and in this folder models. Yes, so let's create a few properties which we need to create this vegetables list, either in here in our project in C# and in Razor pages, and what we need in our tables in our database. Yeah, so what we need a name for our vegetables. So I'm going to create a property which I'm going to call it name. Yeah, and the type will be string. Name. Yeah, okay, but before I'm going to use this property for name, we need an ID, isn't it? We need an ID, and the type for ID is going to be integer. So I'm going to name it vegetable ID. Okay, good. Let's move forward. Yeah, we need another property because we need a quantity. Yeah, when we create a list of vegetables for a certain grocery, we need the quantity, we need the name, we need the quantity. So that means the type will be integer, and here I'm going to write quantity. Yeah. What we need more? We need a price. Each vegetables will have a price, isn't it? Here you go. It's enough because this project is for beginners, so we don't aim to create something very difficult and very large. Something simple which a beginner can understand very well what I'm doing here. Yeah. What we need more here is to create some restrictions. These restrictions can be made using attributes. So we can make some properties required. What does it mean, this? This means when one of these property is using this attribute required, they will be bound to respect these requirements, because each of these properties will be linked to Razor pages, to some text boxes, because we are going to create in Razor pages forms, and some text boxes which are linked to these properties will have to respect these requirements. So one of the attributes is required. Yeah, I'm gonna to import the using, so I have to import this using. Yeah, all right, and I'm gonna to use this error message, and here between double quotes I'm going to use a error message like please introduce the name of the vegetable. Yeah, so if a user will not introduce the name of the vegetable in a certain text box linked to this property name, this message will be shown. Please introduce the name of the vegetable, and the user will not be able to go further until the name of the vegetable is introduced in that text box. Yeah. All right. Let's go further. Here also I'm going to make it required, this property, this quantity property also. Yeah, so please introduce the quantity. Okay, and here I'm going to use another attribute. I'm going to use a range attribute which will make the user to respect this range. For example, the attribute can be 1. So this grocery doesn't accept a quantity to be 1. Yeah, so it should be more than 1. Okay, and let's make a max quantity up to let's say 100. Yeah, all right, and also I can use a error message to be displayed on the website. here. I'm gonna to write the following message. Please, the quantity must be between here should be 2 because I said the store doesn't accept quantity 1. So let's start from 5. Yeah, let's start from 5 because this is just an example. Between 5 and 100. Yeah, this store doesn't accept a quantity more than 100 because they don't have enough space for storing. Yeah. All right. Okay, and here for price, I'm gonna to use also an attribute like please introduce the price. Yeah, I'm not gonna to let the user to go further without introducing the price in that text box. Alright, so this is our class, so everything is done. Let's release again this website just to see if we have errors. I used to release my apps very often. In this way I can work out the errors and I can fix them quick. It's not a good idea to leave the errors to accumulate, and after you have to work harder to fix them. Yeah. Okay, no errors. So what I've done in this tutorial, I create the class inside the models, this class vegetables, which will be linked to a table in our database, and they contain a part of the data used in this project. Thank you for watching this video tutorial. See you next time. Bye bye.